The Spectacular Spider-Man was an animated series that lasted from 2008 to 2009. Unlike other Spider-Man animated shows, at least hand-drawn, this one was cut very short, but I'll get to that later. The show follows Peter Parker, voiced this time by Josh Keaton, early in his days as Spider-Man in high school. I watched this show when it aired on TV and rewatched it about a year ago. And to be completely honest, if this show would have lasted 5 seasons like originally intended, this could have been on par with Batman the Animated Series. I'm not kidding. This show had a lot of great things in its story, its characters, and being entertaining at the same time. The one weakness it had was its animation style. It was a little too simplistic, and I prefer the style of the 90s one. But on the other hand, the animation is better in this show because they did not cut corners, unlike the one from the 90s that did it too much. Another vast thing that the show did a great job with was its stories. They are connected, but are told in a steady and well-organized way that feels natural. In fact, this is one of those rare shows that lets us see the passing of seasons. Unlike many animated shows that have it take place during the summertime, this however gives us different times of the year so we can see how time has passed. And sometimes they work for the story. My favorite is when it's Halloween time and Peter has on his Spider-Man costume. He is afraid that people might have found out who he really is, but they think that he's just dressed up for Halloween. Another was the characters. I don't understand why some of the characters' ethnicities and even their hair colors were changed, but minor nitpick. The high school characters were a bit of cliches at first, but later became more well-rounded and more likable. Well, except for Sally.
Are you damaged?
She was so annoying and stuck up. This show tackled things involving teenagers such as gambling to even drug addiction. The villains were also well done. Sometimes they were introduced early in the show, but some of them didn't become villains until later into the season. Some of the people in Peter's life range from being as nice and blissful as Aunt May, to the serious Captain Stacy. Another person that was introduced was Black Cat, who is more true to the source material compared to her appearance in the 90s cartoon. Speaking of relationships, I like how the relationships in the show evolved throughout time. Characters typically have one love interest or relationship throughout other TV shows, but this was more realistic for Peter having interest in more than just one girl, and also dating and eventually breaking up with one of them. That is realistic because it shows how relationships typically happen in real life. Even with some of the dialogue, I was surprised what dirty jokes they were able to get away with.
Geekitude is contagious.
I don't mind catching what Petey's got.
You can web me up anytime, Petey.
Oh, you better not get your goop in my hair.
Don't worry, it comes off with ice or peanut butter.
Lovely.
I also love that not only did they do the symbiote story, but it's not just one episode. About several episodes go by when Peter has a symbiote.
Help. Help. It's a good one. How exactly do you plan on helping? Do my homework, maybe lower my GPA? Or borrow my camera, take some Spidey pics? Because I do need the money. I got some humongous hospital bills to pay.
But later realizes that it's taking over him.
And there's no one else we need. Not MJ, not Gwen, not even Aunt May? Those weren't my thoughts.
So, if this show was so awesome, why did it get cancelled? When Disney bought Marvel, Sony wanted to keep all the movie and TV rights of Spider-Man, so they played a bit of tug-of-war with it, and it was cancelled as a result. This has been the worst thing that Disney has ever done. Well, besides pointlessly remaking their animated movies into live action and pandering to millennials. But if Young Justice can come back from the dead, hopefully this one can too. I give The Spectacular Spider-Man 4.5 stars out of 5. So anyway, thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe.
If I ever get my hands on that wall crawler,
You want the wall crawler?
No!
Then here's a scoop. Peter Parker is Spider-Man!
Shit just got real.